podcast arise! Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 40 of LostinTranslationmon. I'm May.
And I'm Jay.
And this week, contrary to what I said in episode 39, we're watching Ultimate 4 Returns Cloud's Challenge Letter. And I want to apologise because I just realised when I was setting up my notes for this episode is that I actually said episode 41 and then gave the episode 40, but I said the episode 41 title last time.
I don't remember what it was. I don't think many people who are listening a week later would remember what it was.
It was Globon versus Charismon.
Fair enough.
Which, did not happen in episode 40 because it happens in episode 41 because that's the title of episode 41. So, episode 40, what were your favourite bits?
So, this is a big gauntlet fight, right? So, my favourite bit... Basically, all the fights were really short, so we can't really even talk about that so much. The cute bits were Ray interrogating Biomon, which is pretty cool. Didn't like the conclusion of that, which was... Oh, no, the conclusion was... The first apparent conclusion was, I was messing with you the whole time. Then it was, I've turned Hajime into an Appmon, and then they blew him up before he could tell everybody. So it's all right. In the Beautymon fight, I liked... The whole fight was just doing Aries' makeup, and then getting offended because the mirror thought Eri was prettier. And even without the makeup, she was prettier. Although, let's be honest, the fairest of them all question, fair just is always referential to skin tone. Yeah, she has nothing to do... Well, in the original... As far as I'm aware, in the original story from which that phrase derives, that it refers to skin tone only. She does not refer to how pretty someone is. And I mean, Beautymon, you can't see most of her face, so she could be a huge uggo. You don't know. I'm sure she's beautiful. You don't know. But that whole fight, just to bring it back to the Beautymon Eri fight, and I mentioned this when we were watching the episode, is it was very reminiscent of the Ranamon and Izumi conflict. Well, in the theme of who is prettier. But the thing is that Eri never said, no, it's me. It was just Beautymon being really self-conscious. And Dokamon said, no, even without makeup, Eri is the shining, beautiful star in the middle of the universe. And it was like, oh, that's so cute. I really love their relationship. It is so adorable. And I love that she calls him Doka-chan, because I don't think in the anime we've ever actually seen the human call the Digimon partner anything other than the name that they are currently at. I don't think so either. And we have seen in other medias. V-Tamer. In V-Tamer, it's Zero. Zero Maru, Zero. And then in the game, there's VV. So it never really happens in the anime. And I don't know, it makes them seem even closer because there's a nickname. In the rest of the anime, it's just, oh yeah, this is Agumon, he's now Greymon, now he's Metal Greymon. He's never just, this is like my nickname for him, this is my pet name because we're so close. And the other one that was really good was at Sham Mansion, Fakemon's place. Astra has to do that fight. And the fight goes like this. Fakemon goes, yeah, I'm sorry, I give up, okay? I give up, just on through this way. And they spot that there's like landmines in the hallway, so they don't go down there. Then Fakemon goes, well, actually, Eri's already pretty much dead at the other fight. Here's a big video screen with Eri on the ground dying, saying how she, how she needs help. And if you just go through this handy-dandy doorway, you can go back to Beautymon's mansion and go help her out. And Astra, because he cares about Eri now, says like, oh god, I need to do that, starts walking towards it. Museumon notices that there are mines, and he's really, really trying to stop Astra. And the interesting thing is that Museumon has no effect on this fight whatsoever, because Astra hears the fake video screen goes too far, and Eri goes, I regret ever being an Appli driver. And that's what Astra goes, she would never regret it. Her purpose was, she felt that her purpose was to make people smile, and that's why she did it. And she worked so hard. Yeah, she worked so hard, so she would never say that. And that's just so sweet, considering, they didn't start on the best of terms, and now they've developed and grown to be friends. And we saw this when Eri says, oh, you guys go on ahead, I'll fight Beautymon. And Astra's like, oh, come on, what are you doing? You're taking all the attention, and then you can't just say, oh, don't worry about me, I'll do it. And it's a cute moment. I really like their friendship, and it's a nice dynamic. And I guess the only other thing I can think of is that after you see Biomon get beaten the first time, you cut to Charismon, and he's like, well, that was a failure. Anyway, we're basically the ultimate three now, right? Like, Leviathan's real disciples. Like, the moment there's a failure, he just cuts this one off. And it's showing you why the bad guys are going to lose, because they do not work together. They don't actually care about each other at all.
You mentioned this last episode when they had they were sort of like bickering a little bit, and you thought, okay, this is sort of foreshadowing of them basically not being a good team. They're basically strong, but they have no teamwork.
And it is the reason why, basically, when I praised Adventure for giving us a good reason, pretty much this exact reason. Why do the Dark Masters not work together? Oh, well, they're territorial and they want to show each other up. And in this case, it's very much the same. And they're obviously there's implied infighting. Obviously, it's not going to get more complex than this, because I guess they don't have time, and also most of them are dead now.
Well, we killed 3 of them in this episode.
They all
got their chips.
Pretty much beaten in one ultimate attack, but it's an ultimate attack after a duo thing, so it's totally different from that first fight, because it's 50% stronger.
Yeah, so it's not like in other seasons when they're just, we practiced a lot and now we're stronger, or in Frontier we're just like, we fought so much and failed so much, now we're magically stronger. In this it was like, no, they're legitimately stronger because we have the new Digivice, which gives them more power.
I'm not sure I buy the exact numbers, and it's weird because it gives you the exact numbers and how quick it was, but honestly, I'm happier to have it done quickly than to have them an episode each.
Yes.
So this is better than the alternative.
In the Dark Masters arc, I think our complaint was sometimes the bits of that arc were a bit slow, because each Dark Master got like 3 episodes, except for Machine Dramon, who basically showed up and died pretty immediately.
Only 2 episodes.
Yeah, but compared to the other ones, I'm pretty sure Metal Seedramon had 4, I think.
Yeah, but Metal Seedramon was like it was also like we're dealing with the Dark Masters now, so there was more to it. So that was pretty much the episode.
Yeah, but there were lots of... I feel like we skipped over a few positives.
Like what?
When Ray sort of says, no, you're the foolish one. You've never really thought why I said I made the others go ahead. It's so I can torture you, no one would let me do that.
That was super cool, actually, yeah.
He's like saying, well, I mean, he's a good guy, but he's not... His morality's kind of like... He's for himself. Like, not just for himself, he's for his brother, and he'll won't stop... He'll go through anything, and he won't stop if it comes to his brother.
I forgot as part of that, it is implied he lets Revivemon get like captured and like kind of surgery done on him because he knows that he can just Genesis revive and get it all healed back, and letting Biomon have an advantage
makes him chatty.
Make him chatty, which was great because it almost seemed like that. Didn't really get him anywhere, honestly.
Well, the whole Biomon part for me, that was the best part of the episode.
I should also mention when he says that he turned him into an Appmon, the whole point, one of the big points there was he goes, which Appmon did you turn him into? And we were thinking, oh god, he's going to say Hackmon. And Biomon implies, clearly lying, that it's himself.
Yeah, which isn't possible because he said he operated on him.
The surgery. But
I'm confused with him.
What he did though was he said, now you will not be able to really harm any Appmon without thinking, what if this is Hajime? And that's cool. Definitely not Naito though. now we know. Yeah, we know for sure. Well, and it would have fit too, because like this random new guy shows up.
I think it's probably Hackmon.
Oh, I still don't really want it to be.
I think that's going to be the cute twist that it's Hackmon.
There's no cute twist. Because it's not cute, it's sad, because you have to lose Hackmon to get Hajime back.
Yes.
That's not cute.
I know, but isn't that good? I know, but sometimes you have to have a bittersweet ending.
Well, I'm not saying it would be bad. I'm saying it's not what I want.
Like, Hackmon looks at him and says, who do you prefer? Because Hackmon probably has no memory of Hajime because he would have told him. So he has a whole new self that he has. So these two, Hackmon and Hajime, are different, even if they both came from Hajime.
I just don't see it because, like, of the way... because of what first of all, what Hackmon is like without when he gets killed. That's a bit odd. And also, I just don't think he would be a buddy, because buddies are, like, fated to you, and it would be so weird. It's just too much of a coincidence that the one that was fated to him was never really an Appmon to begin with. It just doesn't seem right.
What if it's Offmon?
Because presuming that like Minerva's in the middle there, assigning buddies with the things, is Minerva going, oh yeah, Hajime. Also, not telling him.
Okay, yeah. No, I've got your point. There are reasons for him not being Hackmon.
There is enough there to put forward an argument that it is, but I'm trying to forward an argument where it's not.
What if he's Dezipmon? Because there was a bit of a feud between Ray and Dezipmon.
So so what you're saying is it is possibly any Appmon that he's ever met.
Well, I don't want them to just, discover an Appmon and then it says, "Oh, I'm Hajime."
What if
I
it's
feel
someone
like,
who's in like a dungeon?
I know, but I think they would have to do that really well for it to be impactful, because it's just like, oh, they found an Appmon, it turns out to be Hajime. I think I'd prefer it was one that we have an attachment to, and I think it would be an emotional realization and revelation from the show where we are shown, oh, this character we've known the whole time is Hajime.
I think it'll be something that like is useful to Leviathan in some way and has been like kept aside because he wouldn't let that out into the wild. It'd be super weird for them to have operated on Hajime, made him an Appmon and be like, oh yeah, he's been fighting with those kids the whole time, and they've never wanted to say anything about it. Although I know what the worst possibility is.
What is it?
It's Gatchmon.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
That'd be
I
the
don't like
worst
that.
possibility. Like,
Yeah.
What about that? How does that conversation go? Ray goes, "You have to give me Gatchmon."
Like,
now.
yeah, Haru loses his best friend and Ray gets his brother. That'd be sad. Like, not worse in the way that you'd go, oh, that's terrible. You go, oh no, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not like
It's worst case scenario for the characters.
Yes, for the characters, but for the viewer, it's sad for the viewer, but it's not.
Oh, it's interesting.
It is interesting writing for the viewer to watch, and I think that's what I'm worried about. If it just turns out to be some random Appmon that they walk in on, and he's a prisoner in Leviathan's lair or what have you.
It was that guy who was eating pasta that one time when they were opening the doors.
What if it is though? Yeah, I forgot that part. That was actually kind
It
of.
was a
funny.
really random bit.
Yeah, because why else would he be eating pasta in the
He's
deep
all
web?
trapped there.
What if it's Dantemon?
But we know who Dantemon's made out of.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of who else it would be that would be a...
I would be shocked.
Wait, no. What if it's Bootmon?
What?
The Appmon that the Leviathan and the Ultimate Four were looking for, that Knight was looking for?
No, but they wouldn't have made him and then he would have gotten free.
Yes, what if he got free because his thing is he turns things on, so he was able to
And
bypass the system or
why
something?
would Biomon have turned him into such a good one that was so dangerous to them? He would have turned him into a nothing Appmon. You have to think of what would Leviathan have ordered Biomon to do?
What if he was the rubbish one that Biomon said it was one of his patients?
Yeah, but we went over that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of different things, but I think that it might be Bootmon, because why else would they be looking for him?
It is weird. Why
Or
would they have ever lost track of him in the first place?
I mean, or maybe he's the standard Appmon version who is Onmon.
I don't know. It's hard to say. Mm-hmm. More likely, what's his name? Is it Offmon?
Offmon, yeah.
Yeah, that is his name. Like, that's legitimately more likely because he showed up later.
Maybe. He's very cute too. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they could do random Appmon that they walk in on, but I feel like that would have to be some amazing writing for me not to feel bored and not feel like, okay, well, that's not... I don't care. Like, this is just a random Appmon. It doesn't have any relationships with the characters and certainly no relationship with the viewers.
They've done a reasonable job so far.
Yeah, maybe it's Perorimon. No, it's Caught Up Man. Caught Up Man's actually an Appmon.
Oh my god.
He was Hajime the entire time.
I really want a moment where, like, Kodaman looks at the kids and he gets the red in his eyes like Eugene has. Whoa, he's evil!
What if his UMI Hunter Jay?
Oh, I wish he'd come back. He was the only good thing about that episode and I love him. He's got a big hat with a J on it.
He seems far too well designed for a character who's not coming back.
UMA Hunter J des.
UMI, that's what it was, yeah.
It's like unidentified mystery animal or something.
Yeah, something like that. I wish they brought him back. He was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm done with my positives. I mean, they got the chips, and I was like 99% sure. I'm like, oh, they're grayed out because that means they can't use them yet. Because when they first got the super chips, they were grayed out as well. So it was nice that Hakmon then explains that just to confirm my suspicions.
You're not going to be able to throw Biomon at your opponents right now.
Yeah, like, oh, that's too OP.
Now we have 3 of the Ultimate 4. I guess we'll kill Charismon now.
They're going to have interesting personalities
I don't
once we
think
see
they're-
them on the side.
I
Like,
don't
because
think
I'll
they'll
have...
ever use them.
I really hope they do.
I hope so too. It'd be really
Because
cool. They're not gonna.
The characters are just so, like, actually entertaining to watch. I love Fakemon.
I love Fakemon.
Like, and that's
His laugh is so dumb.
not as dumb as
Fake.
not as dumb as
That's
Knights.
nice.
Like, it's, I can't even do it. It's like this. It's like you ask like someone who's really super dorky to their evil laugh. Like he starts fine, and then he just like it's so cute, and it's just like, oh
He's
man,
trying so hard.
you were such a pawn. You didn't even know you're a pawn. It's great.
Exactly.
No, but I'm actually hoping that when they use these Ultimate 4 chips, that they keep their we get to see their personalities still.
Yeah, just not evil.
Yeah. Well, they can still have the exact same personality, except like nothing's the same except
But
they're not evil.
Biomon's will be not quite so freakish.
Yeah.
He'll turn to Ray and be like, "Who am I doing surgery on? Huh?
We're not going to use anesthetic, right?
Or Fakemon and Astra would like high five.
Oh, he'll do the not I knew.
No, but he'll do it backwards. So like he's like, I'm definitely not feeling it.
It's so
Definitely
cute.
not.
Oh, that's so cute. I'm looking forward to that. I hope they do that because they have good characters, and that's one of the things I don't like about Appmon is that the other Appmon that we saw and we have great personalities, we don't really see that much. Like Navimon and Gatchmon were fighting for a while. Perodimon has like quite an interesting personality. We don't get to see any of the other Appmons that they have. What about Digimon? We have never seen Digimon except for him fighting Ray in his episode he showed up in.
Damn how all these passing characters have great personalities. Ooh, damn you, Appmon.
They're not even passing.
They for sure
They
are.
still have their chips. Like Timon. What about Timon, who's drinking his tea?
Oh, he was passing. He's in the band now.
Yeah, they're all in the band having tea with Timon. I just want to see Navimon's just sitting there and they're drinking their, like he's being an old ninja-y. And then there's Roleplaymon.
Stupid ninja.
He's so cute. Like I would just want to see more about the other Appmons, but it is good that we do get interesting characters, but it's just use them a bit more. It'd be great. Okay, negatives.
The only one I can think of is that I don't really like the what's it called? Cliched, who's the fairest of them all? Oh, it's this person that you've been talking down to the whole time. Oh, I took her makeup off. What now? It's still her.
See, I found that was quite cute.
I would have preferred. It's Beautymon's world. The mirror doesn't even need to be honest. She goes, "Who's the fairest of them all?" And then Mirror goes, "It's you, haha." And then Eri goes, "Okay," shrugs because she doesn't care.
Eri doesn't care, and I like that about her. And I like that she canonically does not wear makeup.
And no, she not in this circumstance. She didn't.
Well, she always looks the same.
When she's dressed up and she's all in her like Sailor Scout uniform, whatever, you don't know. And then when she washes all the makeup off, I think it would have been funny if the mirror was like, definitely you, Beautymon, like now more than ever, and she was just like, okay.
What if it looked at Doka-chan?
He's like, yeah, and they just shrug at each other. Like, I don't care. This doesn't mean anything to me like it does to you.
See, I like how she said there are no more sparkles.
She misses them.
Not the fact that the makeup's gone, but the sparkles that were surrounding her face. You know, the thing that the animators drew in.
It's like in basically all Sentai shows, when they do the big transformation, there's all this like anime stuff going on behind them. And Kamen Rider does that a lot when they do their big transformations. And I think there's one season of Kamen Rider where someone's transforming and then it cuts to someone who's outside the room and you can see lights going on under the door. Which proves that all that stuff is happening in real life.
There is something that happens in Young Hunters, which I'm not going to go into too much detail. But it's another one of those situations where you see what the evolution is like from the outsider's perspective, but it's not awkward like in 02.
Was it our war game? No, it was 02, wasn't it?
When
Just
Hawkmon's
spinning
on
in
the
place.
Yeah, it's not as awkward as that. Like it's actually well done, but it is interesting. But I can't really tell you about what the time is because it is very much a big spoiler.
Fine, well, we'll get there.
Yeah,
in a long time.
I was talking about the scene in the No J's Allowed channel in our Slack, and I was kind of like, I'm so excited for this part. But that's like I think a year away, so we've got a bit of time. I don't actually have any negatives. I guess the Fakemon Beautymon fight seemed.
They were short.
There wasn't much fight. They evolved and they aptly rise to their Kiwami and they one-hit them, which I guess it proves how powerful the duo is.
I've got one.
What's up?
I didn't like how they cliffhanged last episode with Biomami, like, you want to know who Hajime, what happened to Hajime? I'll tell you. And then they cliffhanger you at the beginning of this episode. Haha, I'm not going to tell you.
But I think that's actually quite interesting because when we watched episode 39, we looked at each other and said, why would he tell him?
Sure, but don't. It's such a weird thing to have. It's a sentence someone would only have said if there was a week between one part of the sentence and another part. It's really showing there's a script. Like it's so weird. I don't know. It was said in particular terms. It's not I'm not going to tell you what happened to Hajime. It's you want to know. You want to know? I'll tell you. But you want to know? I'll definitely tell you.
A week later.
Why would I tell you?
I mean, to be fair, he has a good point. Why would he tell him?
It's legitimate, but just I don't like I mean, that's a cliffhanger more the last episode, but it's only now do I have perspective on what that was doing.
Well, I don't actually think there were that many negatives in this episode. I think it was quite a solid episode.
But it was a solid episode for 3 small fights, you know? So, like, it was solid, but it was dealt with just a lot of decent parts all put together.
Even though I said I felt the fight was short, I feel like it's better than if it was 1 episode per
You said that
Ultimate Four.
earlier.
Yeah, I like how they're doing it. They're not doing this weird sort of time thing where everyone has an episode, but it still ends up to be 60 minutes. It feels like it's 60 minutes, and it's because they split up.
We established there's about 30 minutes left.
Yeah, because Haru looks at it and he looks really stressed out because his best friend he thinks his best friend is definitely going to die at the end of that 30 minutes. We as viewers know he's not.
Well, we assume.
Yeah, well, unless Leviathan was keeping him for this purpose.
This would be weird.
But that'd be weird.
We assume that because there's never been a moment where Knight... Well, we haven't even seen Eugene again since. But there's not been a moment where Knight goes, well, like, I'm tricking them, or, you know... I know he has other plans, etc., or, you know, what good bait I've got here. It never says any of that stuff. But I don't need that confirmation. We can assume with reasonable certainty that it's a lie.
Well, moving on to miscellaneous bits, I think I know what might be happening. I think the kids are going to appear to fail. Like, Glomon's going to be fighting Kurisimon, but then they're going to be talking because that's what he does because he's charismatic. And Haru looks at the time and it just ticks over to 0.
Maybe.
And he thinks, and Leviathan might play something where Eugen dies and they all get very emotional. But then we find out that he's not actually dead because he is keeping him around for some reason. I think that's what's going to happen.
You know, this prediction you got here, it's a little obnoxious, don't you think?
No, it's not a synopsis. It's not obnoxious or a synopsis. But this is just, I mean, that's just a very quick prediction. I'm probably wrong, but I like to...
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. What about favourite characters?
Also, I want to say Caught Up Man wasn't in today and I'm sad.
Or even like just a... No, I wish Fakemon could have done a Caught Up Man.
Yeah, because just go, oh no, when he was dying.
Yeah, when he had like, maybe he'd get a temporary like fake afro for that scene.
Because he's like wearing a jester's hat. If it popped off and he had a big afro there, that'd be funny.
And he'd say, oh no! I love that. That's so cute.
It would have been in character even.
Plus, he's made the no Caught Up Man appear before. He made the zombies.
Was his the zombies?
Yes, because he's Fakemon. He made all the ghosts and
So he
zombies
did.
in the balloons, like same as Eri.
No!
No. I think I'm feeling this. No, it's great.
My favourite character was Ray, for sure.
Yes, and I like that. And we've never seen a good guy, like a part of the team, one of the Erobashi Kotomotachi, actually say, yeah, I'm kind of going to torture you. I didn't want to kill you because I want to torture you. That's kind of dark.
I should also mention there's I always wondered about how this would work, and I guess this episode confirms when they evolve or ultimate evolve and stuff, it is not cumulative of all the powers that they were built out of. It just is a new power that's what they do. So system restore is system restore. That's all it is. Super hacking I guess is just hacking, but system restore is system restore. I don't know what global is, but like entertainment's entertainment, wrestling is wrestling. That's why Revivemon has to de-evolve to Hackmon to hack Biomon.
And I like that.
Yeah, and it's interesting seeing this regular Appmon do that to somebody. He's not even super hacking him, he's just regular hacking him.
But that's his ability.
Yeah.
And also, I really think Hackmon's cute when he's just so gentle and so nice.
I don't think we're going to be using anesthesia today.
Yeah, well, it's not your type. Yeah, because Biomon says, won't you even use anesthesia on me? It's like, oh no, that's not the type of thing you do. It's such a nice scene, and it's scary.
Oh, nice is a strong word.
No, but I feel like it's so different from anything we've seen in Digimon before.
It is, because this is a Digimon bad guy thing to do. But here we are.
Well, I wouldn't say
Ray's great.
I wouldn't say that Ray's necessarily a good guy. I think
he's not a bad guy. He's not a good guy.
He's just a guy.
He's just the guy.
He's just the guy. Like, he doesn't have any alignment. As I said,
I hope about 3 fans who got that, like, cringed a little.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm not.
We're just the big dog.
Woof, woof. This is our yard now.
So the thing is with Ray is that as I said earlier, he's just working to find out who his brother is. He doesn't really, he's not really much caring about Leviathan or whatever. He's caring about his own personal gains, but he's sort of like warming up to the other characters, and that's nice. I don't know. I like Ray. Ray's great. And I'm glad because we hadn't really seen much about Ray. When Eugen showed up, Ray was just off doing some hacking.
Hacking.
Double hacking. Triple. I love it so much. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I think we've about covered all of it.
All right, so as for where I've placed this episode, I've placed it above the New Power, the AppliDrive Duo, and below the NetOcean is in a big pinch, the time has come, Ultimate App Fusion. So that means it's ranking, I believe, 5th? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's ranking 6th. So 6th out of 40, that's pretty good. I originally put it in 3rd place because I was like, this is a good episode. But
I think that was a bit much.
Yeah, but then Jay helped me go through what episodes it was better than, and it's a good episode. I found it very likable, and I think Appmon's going to continue to be highly ranked episodes for the remaining episodes of the season, and I hope that, and that means that if it does succeed in doing that, and we do get some toppers, can we please dethrone episode 4 now? And I think that would make it a better season than Tamers if it continues at this pace.
Just Google something.
Yeah, that's all it needs to be. Like, this episode came close in it used the different Appmon's strengths. I would have, however, liked I would have preferred if...
Tell me how it used Dokemon or Musemon's strengths.
No, I was about to say, I would have preferred it if they used Musemon to snap Astra out of a trance by playing some music.
I don't know. When you think about it, it's actually quite nice that it was through it was Astra's respect for Eri that snapped him out of it.
Yeah, no, that's fine too. But I would really like to see more episodes where we get to see them using their abilities rather than just fighting. But I guess in Dokemon's sense, it is he just fights.
I agree.
So thanks for tuning in. Next week we'll be watching episode 41, The Ultimate Fierce Fighting, Globemon versus Charismon. You can email us at LostinTranslationmon@gmail.com, or you can comment on this episode or message us on SoundCloud. You can follow us on @TranslationMon on Twitter, and you can find us on LostinTranslationmon on Instagram, Tumblr, Facebook, and YouTube. We have a discussion thread on With the Will and a red thread in the Appmon subreddit, and we'd appreciate if you would review us on iTunes, Stitcher, or whatever podcast listening thing that you listen to us on. We'd really appreciate it because we really do want more people to listen to the show. That'd be great. And we have a website, and you can check out my Apply ranking there, which will be also linked in the description. You can donate to our Patreon, which is linked in the description and on our website, from as little as $1 a month. $1 a month gets you access to our lesser Slack chat group, but higher levels get you exclusive notes, information, early and unedited episode recordings, the ability to suggest discussion topics, Skype calls with May and Jay, and more.
And thank you to our current Patreon supporters, Sam Krieger, who has a podcast called The Moncast, which talks about Pokemon and Digimon, Stevie, who is Stevie Padwan on Tumblr and is currently taking commissions, Wuqinglong, who you can find at twitch.tv/Wuqinglong, Metal Mamemon, Joe, Anime Guy, who is Anime Guy Kurosaki and the number 1 on YouTube, Penguin Mage, Chuckmon, Ishwal Bamba, Hiro Olado, who's at Hiro Olado on Twitter, Jason Morosky, Ryuchu, who's Frost Magic on Archive of Our Own, Stephen Rees, who's at WildLink64 on Twitter, Kaidawashi, Mac, Noam, Riku, Red and Garen from the Versus podcast, which you can find on SoundCloud right now, Chisai, who you can follow at Chisai236 on Tumblr, Corey, Kyle, Delady Bugman, whose anime blog you can find at baguburagu.wordpress.com, Small Wolfie, who is on Topastic as Small Wolfie and has a comic called Eden of Melancholy, Tom, Glitchgoat, Azra McCool, Nicholas, Gene Hackmon, Matthew, and Anthony, who's at Antoclassic on Twitter, Lizmet Sithobi, and Elvivorg. Elvivorg?
You can also make a one-off donation on our PayPal, which you found a link in the description. It's paypal.me/Agumon. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast. See you guys next time. Bye!